Hey everybody, welcome to the Jim Masters Show live. How are all of you, all those smiley faces watching from all around the world? It's a pleasure to have you with us today. It is Monday and Hanukkah is in full swing. Christmas is right around the corner, and right around these parts, a major nor'easter, boom, is coming our way for Wednesday. What is a nor'easter? Well, it's like a northeaster. It's a coastal storm that sort of comes up the coast and then merges with the cold air that sweeps down from Canada. And they are talking a lot of snow for us on Wednesday, anywhere from a foot to possibly 18 inches of snow. Last year, we got by with a very little amount of snow. It was really amazing. Usually here in the northeastern United States, we would get more snow in the wintertime. The Midwest really has been the bullseye and the target zone for a lot of the crazy winter weather. But this is 2020, so anything can happen. And of course, you have to have a major snowstorm coming before the year wraps up. But maybe that'll mean if it stays long enough, what we'll have is on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, clear roads, but a white Christmas, because if you get that amount of snow, there probably will still be sticking around, maybe some on the trees and the shrubs and the grass. So maybe it'll be a very picturesque Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. We shall see, to be determined, but there is a major storm that is coming our way starting Wednesday into Thursday, they said. So here we go. I hope it doesn't block Santa's sleigh. Matter of fact, I think he can probably use that snow to get him here quicker. Hope everybody's doing well. We welcome all of you. This is our Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show series. We started some like 38 weeks ago, well over 200 plus episodes every single day. What a whirlwind weekend this was. We did 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday, 2 shows on Sunday, and we have 2 shows tomorrow. Tomorrow we have choreographer and director Jeff Whiting with us at 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Pacific live. And then on Tuesday night, we have the award-winning veteran keyboardist. They call him the keyboard wizard. He's extraordinary. Keyboardist, singer, and songwriter Bob Malone is going to be with us, and he has played with some of the greats in the music industry. He's going to perform live for us as well tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific. So our episode with Jeff Whiting, who is, again, the choreographer and director, will be on both YouTube at Jim Masters TV and Facebook at Jim Masters TV. And our episode with renowned keyboardist Bob Malone, singer and songwriter, that's going to be on YouTube exclusively at Jim Masters TV. Today, I have a very special guest who's joining us, and we're going to welcome her in just a second. We have lots of comments already. People are saying hello. We have an international audience. We greet and welcome everybody here. Everybody's welcome from all around the world. Our very special guest is singer, songwriter, and home shopping diva. I have a lot of friends that actually work at QVC and Home Shopping Network. Some of them are producers. Some of them are on-air hosts. And I used to host a shopping show for 18 years. I hosted and produced a shopping show and was the person that got all the items for the shopping show. It was actually on iHeartRadio. It was very successful. And so I know the home shopping deal. And several of my friends, again, are working at some of the networks as well. So Meg is going to be with us in just a second. But first, we like to greet our audience. And we toast all of you and you and you and you from all around the world. We welcome everybody, all of our Lovities. Our viewers call themselves the Lovities. They call me Mr. Lovity. They call this Lovity Hall. And that's because I once said our show is all about positivity, light, love, levity. And I happened to combine levity and love, and we created Lovity. And ever since that day, everybody has fallen in love with Lovity. So it's good to see everybody here. We have a lot of new folks watching every single day. We just reached a major milestone this weekend on YouTube, which is really, really terrific. Mary Bishop is here from Florida. Hello, Jim and Lovities, and welcome, Meg. It's nice to see you as well, Mary. And Sherry is here. Hello, Jim and Lovity. So happy to be back in Lovity Hall with all of you tonight. Good to see you, Sherry. Kathy Short from Cleveland. Good evening, Jim and Lovities, on this chilly evening from Cleveland. Yes, and Julianne Hanna is here. LOL, hi. To you as well. Welcome, Julianne. It's nice to see you here. Merlin is here. Hello, ho, 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 Jim, and all Lovities from Merlin. and she's got her Santa image there on her profile photo. Good to see you there. She watches from Ontario, Canada. Tess LaBella is here. Hello, Mr. Lovely and all the lovelies. Good to see you, Tess. And warm and sunny Florida, where we have a big nor'easter going to hit us hard here this week. Maureen is here. Hello, Jim. Hello, lovelies. I've been waiting all day for this. I know you're one of our regular lovelies, and I know so many people, they go out of their way to schedule their day. Some people even, who said it last weekend, that they stopped cleaning. They were doing house cleaning and they were doing Christmas wrapping of gifts, and they paused on all of it so they can watch our show live. All of our shows are archived on our YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV, but so many people like to participate live because it's a very interactive, viewer-centric show. So even though you could watch these later, you know, on demand on our YouTube channel, so many of you like to be here live, and we love that. So that's cool. Good to see Maureen and Kathleen in New York City. Hi, Jim. Hope you had a good day. Hi, everyone. Very, very busy day. I was on the air with the radio shows with Close Up Radio today, and a very, very busy day. We got a lot of scrambling tomorrow because we have 2 shows tomorrow live here. We have 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. And then also a lot of errands to get done before that big nor'easter comes as well. Got to get our Christmas cards mailed out. We got a lot going on here. Hi, Jim and everyone. Happy Monday. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Looking forward to an exciting show with amazing music, inspiring conversation, and levity. Good to see you in Connecticut, Crystal. Welcome. Willie is here. Hello, Jim and lovelies here in Holland. She's here all the time from the Netherlands. Good to see you as well. Tess LaBella. Welcome, Meg, into Lovely Hall with the best ever host, Mr. Lovity. Thank you very much, Tess, who makes very good cookies. I know because she shipped 2 batches to me here up north. Hello, Jim and fellow lovelies from Bernadette. Good to see you, Bernadette. Carla from South America, from Brazil, checking in, one of our lovelies. Hello, Jim and gang. Happy Monday night. You as well, Carla. Nice to see you. Everybody's saying hello here. Juanita from South Africa is here. Nice to see you, Juanita. Hello, Jim. And the lovely lovelies. That's a beautiful photo of you there on the Facebook page. Rini Katz, of course, one of our dear friends. Meg is a spiritual, kind artist, Renaissance woman, songwriter, vocalist, and so much more. Love you. Of course, Rini, one of our great guests here on the show, dear friend of our show, recommended Meg to the show. Meg's been watching our series and binging and enjoying it as well, and I love that. Good to see you, Rini, my friend. Merlin says, all you Easterners, take special care, drive safe. I know, it's a powerful storm that's coming our way. So maybe we'll be out doing our show on Wednesday, making igloos and snowmen. We'll have a snowball fight live on the show. Probably not. I want to be inside and toasting all of you amongst our beautiful festive holiday set we've built here. Hi, Tess and Willie and Kathy, Mary. So happy they're all here. I love how everybody says hello to each other. Karen is here. Hello, Jim and lovelies. Blessings to one and all from, you love the way I say this word, don't you? Nova Scotia. You're happy now, Karen, right? Because I said Nova Scotia. We're all blessed to be together. Thanks to Mr. Lovely. Thank you, Tess. Absolutely. From Iowa, Renee is here. Hi, everyone. Good to see you, Renee, as well. And the stores are closed. Every building is closed in Holland due probably to COVID. I know that's it's very bad here in America right now with it. But the vaccine, the first vaccines have been given, and that's a blessing. Good evening, Mr. Lovety. Good evening, lovelies. Linda in Florida. Good to have you here. Good evening, Meg. You're a lovety now. Hi, Jim and everyone from Jennifer Barry. She's Zen in Allentown, Pennsylvania. I like, you got a nice, cool photo there. You're watching on our YouTube channel as well. Welcome to Lovety Hall, Meg. So excited you're here tonight. All of our viewers are so gracious to each other and to our guests. Marilyn Hammond is here. Good night, Jim, and all our lovelies. Good to see you as well. Love having you here from Wichita, Kansas, which is nice. I'm looking at all these comments. You're writing out Christmas cards tomorrow. Kathleen Walker in New York City. Nice to have all of you here. And Karen has been in Nova Scotia, cleaning and sorting since early this morning. Time to sit for a bit now and relax with my lovety family. Snow angels. Yes, we'll make some snow angels. Maybe I'll do a pop-up show or something with some snow. And Sherry says, we all love it when you use your deep announcer voice, Jim, but you already know that. Yes, so that's great. First vaccine given to a nurse in Iowa. Same thing in New York. They did that as well. And thank you for joining us tonight, Meg. Looking forward to some great conversation. Well, let me welcome our very special guest to the show tonight, MEG FLATHER. She's amazing. And, Yes, she is the home shopping diva, but she's also, of course, an extraordinary singer and songwriter. She's a great personality. She's very vivacious. She loves life. She's very creative. She's performed at multiple venues over the years. And we've had an opportunity here on our show to really celebrate her because of the fact that she's a singer and a songwriter and a cabaret performer and author. She's a 9-time Broadway World Award-winning nominee, 2-time Bistro and 4-time MAC Award-winning performer who has garnered glowing reviews from top New York entertainment publications and websites. Now, as a singer-songwriter, Meg is often compared vocally and lyrically and stylistically to legendary singer-songwriter Joni Mitchell, as well as Carly Simon and Suzanne Vega. Meg is also a member of ASCAP and has released 7 CDs of her original music, all of which are available on iTunes. And she's written and recorded songs for independent films, off-Broadway, and on behalf of HIV/AIDS, 9/11, Alzheimer's, autism, suicide awareness, as well as political activism. Meg has been a featured performer for the Gay Men's Health Crisis at New York's historic Webster Hall, the Vermont and Tribeca Film Festivals, to benefit the victims of Typhoon Yolanda at the Philippine Consulate, and also at the Rose Theater at Jazz at Lincoln Center for the 2018 Mabel Mercer Cabaret Convention. She has also performed in many commercials, corporate films, and for the last 18 years has served as a brand ambassador for skincare lines sold on QVC, HSN, Shop NBC, TVSN Australia, and the Shopping Channel of Canada. Her trade name is Home Shopping Diva, and her 2011 one-woman show of the same name was one of the top 10 cabaret shows of the year, according to the Times Square Chronicles. It's my pleasure, and that's just the short list, folks. My pleasure to welcome Meg FLATHER to our show. Welcome, Meg, and happy holidays. How are you?
I'm so thrilled to be here. I put on my sparkles for you.
Do you have any bargains for us? Any discounts? Any 50% off deals with free shipping?
Free love and support, and no shipping and handling.
No shipping and handling. If you call right now, I did actually 2 shopping shows. One was called the Home Shopper Show, and the other one was the Shopping Center Show. And I hosted, produced. I was the marketing person. I went out and got all the inventory, and we used to do a lot of dinner certificates and a lot of getaways and hotel resort getaways and spa treatments and carpet cleaning and everything people needed and wanted. And it was way before they came up with things like Living Social and Groupon. So did that for a long time. And I know that whole gig, and that's a lot of fun too. And that's a ever growing business.
And it's been fascinating doing it from the living room.
Yes.
I usually fly to Canada or I fly to Tampa. And nope, I've had to learn how to, Skype myself and light myself and sell from the living room with the cat.
I know, it's amazing. Skyped and lit.
Oh my God.
The one in Canada, what city is it in?
It's in Toronto. It's in Mississauga. It's in Mississauga, but I fly into Toronto, and it's very near the airport. And it actually is what my whole book is about. My whole book is the journey that got me to the Shopping Channel of Canada. And I hold that channel and all of Canada near and dear to my heart because they really gave me my life. They gave me my life. And they gave me a passion because all my hats came together in this medium. Because the whole book is about, basically making lemonade out of lemons, realizing that the universe is in charge. And sometimes we have a plan, but the plan isn't working out. And instead of resisting, we need to allow what the universe is saying. And so there I was in New York trying to be an actress, and I had some success, but it wasn't really my life. I had a hard time leaving home. I didn't want to go on the road. I didn't have that thing in me that, musical theater performers must have. Yeah. But I wanted to connect, and I wanted to make music, and I love to perform and create. So thank God my purse was stolen, and with my purse, all my makeup, and I found myself at the Clinique counter at Macy's. And before I knew it, they offered me a job. And with that job, they developed me, and they turned the lights on in my heart because I learned how much I love customer service.
Mm-hmm.
And as a young gal in my early 20s, I think I was about 21 at the time, giving me a sisterhood of coworkers, teachers, mentors, and a boost to be part of something where every day you feel like you've touched a life, whereas the acting auditions weren't necessarily doing that. So I lived this double life of working in cosmetics and working in a couple of different amazing experiences like Bergdorf Goodman and Barney's, like different customers, different brands, different price points, different skills. And I, at the same time, was doing commercials and voiceovers. And my agent put the two worlds together, and she said, well, you're passionate about skincare and you're comfortable on camera. Why don't you sell mud at 6 in the morning on QVC? And so I auditioned to sell this mud from Morocco at 6 in the morning on QVC. And I literally fell in love.
Was it like a mud mask type thing?
Yes, it was mud from Morocco that you put on your face and you keep there. Now, the mud did not sell. But I fell in love and I knew I had to be back. And so I began, this quest. And it was the Shopping Channel of Canada that gave me my chance through a beautiful brand called Perlier, Italian bath and body care. And a beautiful person named Skip Borghese gave me my chance to take care of the brand for him there because he was so busy running the brand at HSN. And that was November 2002. The rest is history. And since then now, I now sell a beautiful brand called Strivectin on HSN and the Shopping Channel of Canada. And that's really advanced, clinically backed facial skincare.
So is the Shopping Channel in Canada affiliated with HSN, or are they separate?
It's its own unit.
HSN and QVC had merged, right?
Yes.
Yeah. One of my friends, a long time, I used to work with her together. She used to direct the 10 o'clock news on a television station in Connecticut. And I was one of the on-air people. I was a weather reporter. I did sports, host, voiceover. I was working behind the scenes. Marianne Shumbo, she's been a director with QVC for a long time. She went from that television station in Connecticut to QVC in the earlier years and has made a wonderful career for herself. And then Lou Caputo on Home Shopping Network is another friend, and Kerry Mulatto, who does a lot of the food things, the little like the desserts and snacks, and then Nancy Hornback.
Yes, Nancy's marvelous.
Mentioned Jim Masters. We worked together at Close Up Television and Radio in New York.
Oh, they're so good. Listen, QVC.
It's a small world, isn't it?
QVC. Oh, it's amazing. I mean, and it doesn't surprise me that you do that because when you opened the show the very first time I watched you, you're all about customer service. You're all about putting the customer first. Like that whole introduction where you say hello to everybody, like that's how you connect with human beings. And it's sincere and it's from the heart, and which is why you're so successful in this medium.
Thank you very much. How did you like working at the Clinique counter? We have a lot of it's a small world with that too, because my mother worked for 33 years for Estee Lauder Corporation.
Yes. Clinique saved my life. I mean, literally, I thank God my purse was stolen because the training that they gave me I still tap it today. And when you go to any Clinique counter around the world, you get the same customer service, you get the same product knowledge. And it's really hard for a brand to do that, to be that consistent where their entire sales force is the same when it comes to care and knowledge and passion for what they do.
It's isn't it the hypoallergenic products?
Yeah, it was fragrance-free and clinically tested. It was fragrance-free, dermatologically formulated. That was our thing.
My sister and I knew everything about all the Estee Lauder products because of my mother working for Estee Lauder. And when I was in high school, matter of fact, I worked at some of the plants on Long Island, packaging and doing all of that. I remember when they used to have their holiday blockbuster kit with all the different.
Oh my goodness, with purchase. I'm sure you put those little guys together. It was Estee Lauder that figured out the gift with purchase, where you charge somebody, you say you have to spend $10, because I think that's what it was back in the day in the 80s. And then you got this free gift with purchase. And they were huge hits because it was a way for people to stock up, and then they would get samples and changed retail history. I mean, she was a genius.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then you're the prolific singer-songwriter as well. How did that all start for you early on? Were you the little girl running through the house singing and entertaining the family?
Oh, yes.
What were those early inspirations for you?
Well, you know, I was raised overseas. I love that we have this international audience. I was born in the Philippines. My parents were both Peace Corps directors under the Kennedy administration. And I was this love child born in the Philippines. And my grandmother would send over the records, the latest Broadway shows. And that's how my mother got me to nap. She'd bribe me. She goes, you stay in that crib and I'll put the Sound of Music on. So music became a huge part of my childhood. And also the women that took care of me would strap me on their backs wearing a sarong, and they would play music, and I would be on their backs while they played their Filipino folk music. And it had a huge effect on me. Oh, yeah. So when everything in 1970, our job was done and we moved back to Massachusetts and we began that American life, that overseas chapter of no television. Sorry, we got a loud New York going on.
I was going to say, yeah, it's live from New York City.
Busy. But
getting ready for the nor'easter.
That's it. But basically, you know, the music was my lifeline, and so every camp show, every school show, every church show, I had to be a part of. And my mother was really great at nurturing that. She would get me the ballet classes and get me the tap dancing classes and, you know, join the theater club.
Was that in Massachusetts?
In Sudbury, Massachusetts.
Is that where you predominantly were raised? And
yeah, until I was about 13. And then when I was 13, we moved to New York City in the 7th grade. And then I was fortunate to go to the High School of Music and Art. Renee.
Renee.
Not Renee, Renee.
Everybody says Renee, yeah.
No, but it's so Renee. She's Renee. Yeah. When you say you smile. Renee.
And did she tell you about the running joke we have on the show?
What's the running joke?
When she chimes in, usually we have viewers in Australia and New Zealand as well. And there's one particular, her name is Eileen Barker, and she's been following me on Facebook for years. And when she chimes in, she always says that she is from the Midlands of Western Australia, east of Perth.
Oh.
So Renee picked up on that. So every time Renee chimes in, she says, hi, it's Renee here from the Midlands of Flushing, Queens.
Yes. And I'm from the Midlands of Hell's Kitchen, New York City. So basically what happened was the music became a huge part of my life, pursued musical theater, did a little bit of it, but stumbled upon the art form of cabaret, and which is what Renee and I are very passionate about today. And what was interesting in the 80s doing cabaret is I was young. And my piano player and musical director was really cool, so cool, too cool for school. And so he had us singing the contemporary music of the day. So we were singing Joe Jackson and Ricky Lee Jones and, you know, Joan Armatrading and Howard Jones and just, you know, Love Potion No. 9. We were doing these quirky shows where I was starting to get introduced to the modern singer-songwriter. Right. And he bought me my first Joni Mitchell record. And that was that.
You were sold. So
that's when I realized my voice really was freer and I felt more connected to the singer-songwriter music. And so then a dear mentor challenged me back in 1994 and said, if you don't start writing your own songs, you're going to be a very unhappy person. Mm-hmm. And I started, and it's hard, but I'm on my 8th CD now. So
that's unbelievable.
I'm a songwriter.
How did you get started? How did you actually have the focus and determination to put pen to paper?
I was in an acting class, and this teacher knew that I needed to do this and basically challenged me to set an aim for the whole class, that 3 times a week for 45 minutes, I would sit at my desk and try to write, whether I heard anything in my head, whether I felt like doing it or not. And there was something about borrowing the will of the class and that teacher, because the teacher assigned me to come back in 5 weeks and sing a song I wrote. So I was assigned this. And I guess there's a part of me that likes to teach, please the teacher.
Right.
So I remember I just wanted to write the lyrics. And she said, no, you're going to write the melody and the lyrics. And I said, but I don't know how. And you're going to figure it out. And I heard this song one night in my head called Wake Up Call. And I went into the class 5 weeks later and I sang it, and they were so supportive and said, you have to keep going. And then I've had a collection of incredible guitar players that I work with, and beautiful pianist named Tracy Stark that I work with now.
Oh, Tracy's terrific.
Isn't she the best? And she's a great singer-songwriter herself. And so, yeah, so the way I do it is the lyrics come first. I usually assign myself a song. I'll hear an idea or a concept or a phrase, or sometimes just the title. And I'll just start jotting down notes. And then literally, my friend, at 3 in the morning, I will hear the melody in my head. I will get up. I will go into the living room with my iPhone, and I will sing it into the phone. And
you know who does that? And so many people have been saying that's what they do. Melissa Manchester was on the show as a guest.
She's amazing.
And it was a great show. And you can see it on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV.
I will.
She was talking about that. We were talking about her writing process and how she does everything. And she said, well, Jim, when I get an idea and when something really pops into my head, I need to run right to the piano right then and there, because the more distance between that initial thought and me actually performing it, recording it, and saving it, it starts to dwindle, disappear, and then goes away completely. So it sounds like you have the same sort of methodology as Melissa is. When you get this incredible inspiration, you've got to run to preserve it, to do it, perform it, and record it now, because it's fresh and you don't want to have it weakened or disappear in any way, right?
Exactly. And there's something kind of magical about the time that it happens, because it happens, right before dawn. So I really believe, something higher is writing through me. The songs that come easily, I clearly am not writing. I'm just listening, and I'm a vessel for. But what's interesting about Melissa Manchester, this is how amazing she is. I went to see her at BB King's, which is no longer with us. And I found her on Facebook Messenger. And I thought, well, what the heck? Maybe she actually reads her messages. And I sent her a message saying that I'm a songwriter and I've grown up listening to her. I mean, Don't Cry Out Loud. Come on. I mean, I used to lip sync to that in the bathroom with my hairbrush. And she responded. And then I shared a song I had just written. And then she responded back and said, I really like, and she pointed out what she liked about it and what was unique about it. I mean, she mentored me via Facebook Messenger. Like, who does that?
She's an absolutely amazing person, isn't she? She's affable.
She's the real deal. When you meet a celebrity and they're everything you pray they are, it's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple of others that I would say that I've had an opportunity to interact with that match that sort of, you hope that they match what you perceive or what you see. One would be definitely Melissa Manchester. The other is Carol Burnett.
Oh, yes, I can imagine that.
And Florence Henderson.
Oh, she and I share a birthday. And when she had a talk show here in New York, I would watch it in the morning before going to work. This is when I was working at Barney's.
Yeah, they had the three. They had it was like a third hour of Today on NBC.
It's almost like a view of sorts.
Right in the beginning.
So I learned that it was her birthday on my birthday, Valentine's Day. So I go to Barney's. I'm working at Barney's selling the cosmetics, and she shows up at the prescriptives counter, and I go up to her and say, happy birthday, Florence Henderson. She went, oh, I said, I watched you this morning. And I said, it's my birthday too. Couldn't have been more Carol Brady Like the Carol Brady you wish she was everything Carol Brady is, and I was addicted to the Brady Bunch growing up. So to meet her and then realize that we shared a birthday was pretty amazing.
We were at an event where the photographers wanted everybody to get together, and she was in this beautiful white pantsuit, blonde hair, and she sat on my lap. And I was basically holding her up so she didn't fall off my leg. And I'm saying to myself, I am holding up Mrs. Brady, Carol Brady.
Yeah, I bet she liked that.
When she got up, she turned around and smiled. And I said, I don't think I'm going to be washing these pants. And she goes, I bet you won't, Jim. It was really amazing what had happened. We were at this big gala event too, and I got a chance to interview her in the whole bit. But they brought me into this VIP room, and she wasn't aware that I was going to be there. She was emceeing this event. She's way over in the corner, and I'm over here, and they're guiding me and bringing me in, and there's massive people in this area of this VIP area. And you see like a glow in the corner. You see her with the blonde hair and the white pantsuit and the light on her. And
she has a light. She has a light about her.
Oh, absolutely. And people all around her. I walk in somehow through all these people. She sees me walk in. She comes like a bullet straight through the crowd, like parting the sea like Moses, straight to me. And she goes to the photographer. I want a picture with him. Hi, I'm Florence. I'm like, oh, and then we got a whole thing, and the whole rest of the day, the whole rest of the night, we were constantly meandering, together in different areas. Her daughters were with her, and it was just absolutely incredible. And
I think you were her type.
What was really interesting? What was really interesting was we kept bumping into each other in the elevator. I mean, there we were, and we had a great conversation the whole bit. And then they did the photos with the sitting on the lap and all that, which was funny. As she was getting ready to leave, I just happened, again, haphazardly be standing by the door talking to some colleagues as she, again, is coming like a bullet towards me with her daughters on each side, getting ready to leave the whole gala event. And she comes right up to me and she grabs my hand and she goes, it was such a pleasure to meet you. I enjoyed, the time together. And I said, a pleasure to meet you. Thank you, Florence, for everything you've done, all the joy you've given all of us, all the ray of sunshine. She's somebody who actually wrote back to every single person that wrote to her. She had told me that day, she said, it takes a lot of time, but I write back to everybody who writes to me. I personally write back to all of the fans. So, and I said, that's a beautiful thing that you do that for the fans. That's really wonderful. So we had this wonderful goodbye conversation. She says, I want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving and a beautiful holiday season. And I hope I see you again soon. Oh. Now, she was always, as somebody who interviews people and somebody who is in this industry, she was on my list as still as Dick Van Dyke, who I wanted to cross paths with. So I always admired her, even off of the Brady Bunch. I just always admired her personality, her warmth, and she matched everything that you would imagine. So
isn't that funny how we these people touch our lives and probably get us through chapters in our life growing up. I remember, the Brady Bunch was so huge for me. I used to, ahead of my time, I would tape record the TV so I could listen to the episodes in my room with my little cassette recorder. How funny is that? And I remember,
not very funny, because I used to do that with I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched, and Sesame Street. Are you sure you're not my cousin?
I swear. Are you an Aquarian?
We have relatives in Massachusetts. My mother worked for Estee Lauder, the Home Shopping Connection.
I know.
And I used to put the tape deck next to the speaker on the TV so you could listen to the episode, because there was no VHS recorders at that point.
And it's funny, it comforted me. I would listen to it. It would come from me. I just, da, 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 da. I remember the soundtrack. Da, 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 da. It was such a cool show.
And the theme, that's when they used to have themes to shows. Now shows just pop on and you don't even know what the theme is. There's no more jingles. There's really no open themes. Like when you used to hear the themes to the TV shows, you were excited to hear the Dick Van Dyke theme. Da, na, 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 na. I mean, that was as exciting as the episode was. Now,
absolutely.
everything's so condensed and shortened, and there's hardly any production music or music used at all. But we used to do that. We used to tape that all the time, all these different shows on cassette. With Florence Henderson, what was really interesting was that after then, she had flown back to California, and she was on Dancing with the Stars, rooting for Maureen McCormick.
That's right.
Right. And she was rooting for Marsha to win. And then on Thanksgiving Day, because this is only about 2 months after of that year, which was only about 2 years ago, on Thanksgiving Day in the morning, my cell phone started to blow up. And I was like, what's going on? What is what I'm, waking up to all these calls and texts, and Facebook was loaded with messages, and everybody's wishing me condolences on my loss. Oh. And I said, what, who, we didn't get any calls from family or friends or colleagues. And she had died 2 months later after we had met, and of the heart failure. And everybody knew what I always felt about her, and the friendship that we forged, and the way I talked about her, and the niceties that she was saying about me. And they saw pictures that are on the Facebook pages and everything. And I was getting all of this worldwide condolence. And then she died on Thanksgiving. So a couple of friends of mine said that because of the way everything transpired, especially on that first evening at that gala event, where we just kept bumping into each other the whole night, that was supposed to happen. You were supposed to meet her. She was supposed to meet you before she passed away of heart failure. That was a meant to be situation where your two energies and lives were supposed to intersect in that way.
And the fact that she took so much time to connect with you, and then connect with you, and then connect with you, almost like she knew, like, in that in-between place, that kind of holy place before somebody passes away, where they're particularly enlightened and they see things that others can't see. She knew to find you and to connect with you.
That's exactly it. I wish I had, video of the actual thing that had happened, because when I was brought into that VIP room, she literally was all the way on the other side of the room. You couldn't even normally see somebody walking in or being let in. And there was a couple hundred people around her. Somehow, through all of that, she sees me come in, and she literally stops what she's doing, parts the sea and bullets right to me, and says to the photographer, I want a picture with him. And then we started this whole conversation. Here I am thinking, oh, I hope we get photos together. And she's asking the photographer to have the photo with me. And then that click and that energy was immediate. So when that Thanksgiving came 2 months later, it really, and having grown up watching her and being, involved with, watching the show and everything, and a fan, it did feel like a loss of a dear friend. Yeah.
These people, when we're fans, when we're true fans, they're family, and she was family to me. Absolutely. I used to give my mother such a hard time. Like, why can't you be more like Mrs. Brady? She said, and my mother was because Mrs. Brady has Alice.
That's why that house is spotless. Yeah. Remember when they got lost in the Grand Canyon? Bobby,
all that. And they went to Hawaii.
And then when she lost her voice on Christmas Eve, and she was supposed to sing the Christmas morning mass, "O Come All Ye Faithful," and her voice gave out.
You really know.
And then Cindy went to Santa Claus and asked Santa Claus for just one gift for Christmas, and that's for her mother to have her voice back so she can sing at church on Christmas morning, and it came back.
And that's the other thing about beautiful Florence Henderson, is she started on Broadway. She was the real deal. And I've done a lot of homework about Rodgers and Hammerstein, because I'm working on my cabaret piece when we get to do cabaret again. And it's all about how ahead of their time Rodgers and Hammerstein were. And so I got to read a lot about her as one of their top choices. She and Shirley Jones were their top choices for putting them in the shows. I think she did several of their musicals. I mean, she had this incredible soprano. But what they also talk about in the book was her work ethic, and everybody just loved working with her. And I can see that. You can see, like, you never hear anything negative about her. Think about that.
Right.
And we live in the age where there's just so much information. We've never heard a bad, Florence Henderson story.
They're saying the same thing about another person who I've always been a fan of the hosts who came before me too. So what I tell people with this show, and again, you've been watching the show, so you know that this is not done as a podcast or as a stream. I do this show as an extension really of my professional work as a television and radio presenter, personality, host, journalist, actor, writer, producer, voiceover guy, stage MC. And I created this as an entertainment lifestyle talk show series where we're bringing back the lost art of conversation. So it's harkening back to like the David Susskind, the Dick Cavett, the Steve Allen, the Carson,
Dick Cavett, yes,
Mike Douglas, Merv Griffin, with the modern sensibilities of today, you know, the modernness of today, sort of blending that. And that's what you were saying before you went live on the air, that it feels to you what we're doing here much more like an actual television show than just something, you know, streaming live or whatever. And I really appreciate that you picked up on that, because that's exactly what the aim of this show is to be like the television shows. So I always
terrific. I'm glad, because it's true. You connect and you allow the conversation. It's really fun. I've never had an experience like this before. It's really a joy for me just to see where we're going to go, you know?
It's a conversation, not an interview, right? It's a conversation, which I love. And Dick Cavett, always fantastic. Dick Clark. So I've always loved those hosts. And one of mine, who was actually a friend, was Regis Philbin. Oh. And of course, we just lost Alex Trebek as well. With Regis, same thing. Everybody felt, because of his burst of energy and his vivaciousness and his "I'm Regis and I'm saving the network" and just all of it. Have you met me? I'm Regis. Hi, I'm Regis. You know that, and now it's gone. It's quiet. It's silence. A lot of people have had nothing but fantastic things to say about Regis Philbin as well. How beloved, and that I think is a real testament. If you can have a career that's as demanding and as unpredictable, and with all the sacrifices. And when you're gone, people still miss you, and people still say wonderful things about you and how you've inspired them. That's cream of the crop.
I was reading in my People magazine because they were taking a look at the year, you know, and they talked about those we lost. And apparently David Letterman was not easy to please. I mean, I love that about David Letterman. But apparently David Letterman, after Regis passed away, said, "That's it. I don't want to watch TV anymore."
Yes, he did.
Such a fan. He was such a fan of Regis.
He totally got it. He totally got it. And that's what it's all about. A lot of wonderful welcomes coming in from our Loverty viewers as well. And so then how did you, that opportunity to go from singing and songwriting to tie in the shopping network type stuff? Tell us a little bit more about that. That might be fascinating to people.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. What all my hats have in common is
we dug up some things while you tell us the story.
Oh, that's Mom and I. Yes, that's Becky. That's my mom.
That's your mom, really?
Yeah, I lost my mother in March of 2018, and she was the love of my life. And I had an extraordinary 8 years of being her primary caregiver with
that's so beautiful. Caregiving is that's God's work.
She was just, she was the most ideal. I don't want to call her a patient, but she was an ideal patient. She was just, her dementia made her even more intimate, even more connected, even more affectionate. Even though she couldn't connect verbally, she was so in there. And that's the Hold On Tight song that I wrote about, that I told you about earlier, was on a day that I was struggling. And I went into her little apartment down the hall, because we moved her into a studio down the hall. And I was trying to conceal that I was having a bad day. And she looked right into my eyes. And she had stopped speaking at this point. And she simply put her hand on my face, and she went, and her caregiver, who was there that day doing her shift, said, window open, Meggie, window open. And I got this idea for this song because I realized, stop everything, cancel your day. Your mother's here right now, and you don't know how long the window is open. And so I just spent the day with her. And then the lyrics came to me that night. And the melody came to me that night, and that was a divine song. That was a divine song. But anyway, so what all the hats have in common is this need to connect. And I think, and from an original MEG point of view, like what I love about promoting skincare is it's live, it's unscripted, it's an interview, right? It's about, you have to be your authentic self. The customer is not going to trust you. That's Sandra Bennett at QVC. There's the Strivectin neck cream, everybody. You need that neck cream. It's amazing. It works. It's the top selling neck cream 3 years in a row in America.
And if you mention Jim Masters in the next 10 minutes.
We'll throw in a new sample of the eye gel. But the thing is, you can't succeed in the world of promoting a brand. You can't succeed in singing a song if you're not going to dare to be yourself and to connect to who's listening and who's watching. So it's really not acting at all. So it made sense that I strayed from the theater world into this world where the art form is communicating. That's really all I am, is a communicator.
Well,
communicating a song or a story about
I totally get what you're talking about, because I've done acting as well in a couple of TV shows and lots of commercials, corporate videos, industrials, infomercial hosting, all kinds of stuff like you've done as well. So we're very similar in that way. And I think what it is people say all the different roles that you play. And I said, my favorite role to play is the role of Jim Masters. My favorite role is me, my personality, whatever that may be. And that's where, for me, having been a host all these years on television and radio, I get a chance to be me being me, natural me in this setting. And where it comes naturally, where you can be conversive, where you can be inspiring, you can have laughs, you can thread things together and keep the train on the track. And I love live too, because anything can happen. They're all depending on you to pull it out and knock it out of the park. And there's something exciting about it because all of the cylinders are firing. It's like a sport. You've got to make things happen. And I've done years of PBS pledge drives too, where we have.
I'm sure you have. I've heard about that. So what's the secret to that?
It's the same thing. It's the passion for the product, which in this case is PBS, and done it with Connecticut Public Television for a long time, and WNET in New York, WLAW, and national work as well. And it's the passion for it and the ability to just convey your authenticity and your belief in it. And people today, more than ever, people can really sniff out phoniness and braggadocious nature. And when people are saying something that they don't believe in, or they're just doing it so they can get a buck in their wallet and they don't really care about the people themselves. I've always been of the thought, because I studied all this in college, I've been with it all these years. I was president of the debate team in college in New York. So speaking and everything. But I've never looked at it where the money was the drive first, and then the career had to match that. I was always, I want to communicate. I love the industry. I respect the people who came before me. I love the things that I've had an opportunity to do, even with all of the craziness and long hours and holidays and all the different things that you have happened, especially in broadcasting, because it never goes off the air. That was the driving force, was never the money. Of course, you want to earn more and step up and up and up. I've always believed in the farm system. You do this, you make this, you work hard, you get rewarded, and then you're elevated, and you work hard, then you're elevated, versus the overnight wham bam success, which to me seems a lot emptier than we were always trained in school by our professors, and even the industry said, you want to earn it. It's so much more rewarding and enriching when you've worked hard and earned it, versus it just happened overnight and people then can't handle.
And you won't get a second chance if you didn't earn it, because somebody will give you a job, right? But to keep that job and to be called for the next job, you have to have proven yourself. There's this great expression. It's a tragedy to be called and to be ready and not called.
Right.
It's more a tragedy to be called and not ready.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
I'm very grateful that things in my life took their time. Like that's what the whole book's about. Of I literally have lessons, and I do these book talks at FIT for the students from time to time. Because in many ways, I wrote the book to say to young people, slow down, recognize teachers, recognize mentors, learn from your mistakes, learn to make lemonade out of lemons, listen to the doors that are saying yes to you, and listen to the doors that are saying no to you. Because why are you banging on a door where you're not seen?
Right.
There's that door. And that's the thing. There was Clinique. Come with us, Meg. Let us train you. Let us develop you. Let us promote you. Come be a sister, right? All right. That sounds like a nice idea. Well, who would thought that that would lead to, in 2002, flying to Canada and selling on the shopping channel, which led to QVC and led to HSN and led to Australia. So it's all about listening. And you have to listen to the bad news as well as the good news. And I'm very grateful for those who rejected me. I'm very grateful for those men who broke up with me. They were right to.
What's very funny is the ones that do the rejecting see the successes, and then suddenly they knock on the door again and, sorry, take a number.
I'm the Jim Masters now.
You had your chance. It's this Lovity Hall now. Lovity Hall. They've already deemed you a Lovity. Now, I say this all the time on our show.
I will. Here's my award.
Very nice. A Yeti microphone. There are Peabodys, there's Emmys, there's Tellys, there's Tonys, there's Oscars. But when you get a Lovity on the Jim Masters Show live, your feet are tingling right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're tapping.
We have that song that you were talking about. Hold on tight. And yeah, I'd love to show that.
Regis Stark is playing the piano. This is right after, soon after I won the Manhattan Association of Cabarets and Clubs Song Award. I couldn't believe it. I won Best Song. And they had a wonderful afternoon presenting songs that had won. And this is also the moment that I knew Tracy Stark was going to be my new musical director. And now we're going strong. So it's very exciting.
That's fantastic. And have you worked with her a lot over the years?
Well, this was 2016 November. So starting in January 2017, I think we've done something like 6 shows together.
Have you really?
Yeah, I'm intense with the cabaret. It's really my passion. And Rini will tell you, we just can't. We finish a show, we've got a new one to work on, and so it's what's been fascinating about being inside is working with her via Zoom, and my wonderful director Lenny Watts via Zoom.
Oh, Lenny Watts, he's fantastic.
Lenny Watts, don't we love Lenny?
He was a guest on the show too. We had a ball.
Best. And we've gotten so close, ironically, through this Zoom thing because, you know, we need each other and we need to feel creative. And so I feel like the relationships have deepened through this quarantine.
Yes, a lot of them have. And we've seen the worst of the worst and the best of the best out of people. And I hope we come out of this more loving, empathetic, more collaborative, more creative. We listen to each other more and we're less divisive. That would be a great, you know, wish for the new year. Something hopefully we all wish the same thing. That would be
peace.
Yes. So let's listen to this fantastic song and hold on tight, everybody. You're listening to the Jim Masters Show live with a very special guest, MEG FLATHER. All right, here we go.
Hold on tight to the moment, breathe it in. Clear the mind of tomorrow where you've been. Hold on tight to the moment, fill the cup. Take the picture, drink it up, and look me in the eyes. Let's not make a sound. How long can we make it last in this higher ground? Hold on. make a sound? How long can we make it last in this higher ground? Time is standing still, it tells me what to do. The moment never slips away if I hold it tight for you. Hold on tight to the moment, breathe it in. Clear the mind of tomorrow where you've been. Hold on tight to the moment, you know how. Savor all of me, savor all of you, savor all of this right now. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
That was fantastic. What a beautiful song that is, huh?
Becky wrote it. I swear my mother wrote it.
and what an apropos song for the year we've all been through together. And that is what we need to continue to do, is to hold on tight. We can't physically do it, but we can do it mind, body, and spirit for sure, with love in our hearts, right?
It's about connecting. How do you stay connected? And even though I wrote that about staying connected with someone whose brain was changing, the song has now changed form, and certainly during COVID, to be about how am I going to connect with people I haven't seen in 10 months? How do I stay connected? How do I still be a sister, be a niece, be a dear best friend? How do I stay part of a community? How do I lift friends up that are having a hard time? How do I show up? Basically, how do I show up when I can't leave my apartment? And that's the art. That's the art of living right now. That's what you're doing with your show. So, you know, it's a time to serve.
Yeah.
You know, we're being called to serve, and we're being called to be our best selves. And it's not easy to be your best self.
No.
You know, anxiety, depression, sleep deprivation, you know, all the symptoms of this kind of stress are paying its toll on so many people. Mm-hmm. But I think the way to navigate that and to remedy that is to stay connected. Whatever you do, stay connected.
Exactly.
Don't hide. Don't hide.
Want to show you some of the lovely comments coming in from around the world here. Bernadette says, bravo, love, hold on tight, such a powerful song. Jill Jason says, beautiful, XOXO. Kathy Short in Cleveland, Ohio, very nice, with claps and hearts. Juanita in South Africa, beautiful
South
song.
Africa, what?
Oh yeah, one of our regular lovely viewers. And Kathleen Walker in New York City, claps, claps, claps. Tesla Bella says, fabulous. Tesla Bell also says, Meg, thank you. So awesome. Sherry Schoenline, claps, claps, claps. Lots of lovity coming your way for that song.
Oh, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the lovity. It's all on YouTube. I put my songs out there. You know, it's fine if you'd like to purchase the song, but I also put them out on YouTube because I just want them to be heard. And if you're a singer, please sing them.
That's nice to say that too. It's really beautiful. I want to also, we have another clip here. Now this one, let's see, this one, is this anniversary?
Yes, this is the last time. This was November last year. Wow. And this is an interesting story. So one of the great things about the reason I could take care of my mother and see the joy in it and the beauty in it is the man I'm married to. He's an amazing man from Australia, because I know Australia's watching. And I was on a road trip. I think it was a selling job. And I was just feeling a little homesick and not necessarily feeling very talented, very useful. You know, it's hard sometimes on the road. You don't know how things are going. And I started this lyric on the plane coming home. And within a couple of days, walking by the Flame Diner on 9th Avenue, I heard the melody. And it's called Anniversary, and it's dedicated to all couples who are older and have been together a long time and have to constantly reinvent their partnerships and whatever challenges are handed their way. Because think about that, you know, basically from 2010 to 2018, he shared me with my mother and gave me that great gift. So he deserved a song. And so I wrote him this song, and it's dedicated to all couples who get through the hard times, because I really believe we're only as good as our tests. Mm-hmm. And I'm always suspicious of the happy, loving couples that skip through life and everything's great. I'm give me the couple that said, oh yeah, we had a big test and we got through the other side. Like, that's romantic to me.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Well, here comes this beautiful song. You're going to enjoy it, everybody. And we'll be back with Meg Flather on the Jim Master Show Live in just a moment.
And Tracy Stark again.
Tracy Stark. Stark strikes again. She's amazing.
So about 3 weeks ago, I was walking home and I heard a new melody in my head. And thanks to the iPhone, I recorded it while walking by the Flame Diner. And I had this melody. And then I had to take a plane to go to work about 2 weeks ago. And I was sitting on that plane saying, damn it, we've got to start hearing words for this thing. And by the time I landed, I had a start. And then when I flew home, it was done. So it's never been sung before. I hope I know it, but I wanted to sneak it into this final show because it really is the bookend to Like a Sunday. 17 months later, after letting her go, it's time to live. It's time to turn to my life, and especially with the guy that shares me with a lot. So I wanted to write a love song for us older couples that are having to recommit year after year after year, and sometimes it's really hard. And as we look out the window and we watch our news and we're feeling more and more disjointed. But we're just getting started. I call this song Anniversary. I got so lucky the moment you saw me. Thankfully I saw you too. Trusting emotion, we dove in the ocean, denying, defying the blue. Time has washed us both with silver. We're no longer new. Through the frost, the flame keeps burning when I look at you. Temperatures rise, they won't compromise to leave behind all that we've grown. And the elders now rest to share the nest, but with stories to write of our own. Time has washed us both with silver, we're no longer new. Through the frost, the flame keeps burning when I look at you. This walk with me. I got so lucky the moment you saw me. Thankfully, I saw you too. I got so lucky the moment you saw me. Thankfully, I saw you
Very nice. That's beautiful.
I realize I'm wearing the same top and the same clips.
See?
I'm sort of embarrassed, but yes, thank you.
No, that top obviously works for you, right?
I guess it's my lucky pink top.
That is your branding.
Ironically, I can't even tell you how much Strivectin I've also sold wearing that top.
The more comments coming in here. Jill Jason says, beautiful anniversary. So moving. Love is everything. I agree. Jill. Linda Odell in St. Augustine, Florida says, beautiful. Maureen says, wow, all the feels. I like that. This is the first time I ever heard that described that way. All the feels, all the sensations.
Yeah. That's a great way to describe.
Bernadette, anniversary speaks to my heart. Thank you for this gift. Tina says, thank you, Meg. Beautiful. And loved it as well. Juanita in South Africa. Oh, my heart. Lovely. That it really is a very touching song. It really is, speaks to the heart. And you're all about that, right? You like to touch people and inspire people and lift them up.
It's funny. I don't write a hit song. That's not how I roll. I write songs that come from a test, come from a lesson, come from observing somebody else coming through a test or a lesson. Because I know for me, my self-esteem began when I started to, embrace the work on myself. Like if something comes easily to me, I don't value it as much, And
I was just talking about that, right? About earning it and about the reward and how there's something about self-worth and value when you've created something that has an impact that goes even beyond your expectations.
And I value the hard stuff because I just know that that's how we build our character and that's how we build our identity. And that's how we test friendship and family relationships. And that's how we foster real intimacy with another. It's not the happy-go-lucky times, but it doesn't mean being a negative person. It's about how do you embrace the lessons in your life? How do you take them in and take them on? And, and that's also what the book's about, because I was tested a lot trying to figure out who the heck I was, but I didn't give up hope and I didn't stop asking for help and I didn't stop recognizing teachers and people smarter than me that loved me. So you have to do both. You can't just complain. You have to climb up searching for yourself. And I like writing about the tough stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's the stuff that people, can really connect to and relate to oftentimes, because it isn't always discussed so openly. And I think that's really important that you do that because, you get a chance to really impact people's lives in such a long lasting and beautiful way. We have a photo here that popped in. Tell us about this.
Oh, this is my COVID inside project. It's called Rodgers and Hammerstein 2020, and it's probably going to be done in 2021. So it's going to be interesting. Jim, should I keep the title still 2020? I think I should.
Why not, right?
It was created in 2020.
Right.
And this is my thesis. If I were to get a master's degree at like Tisch School of the Arts in theater history, my master's degree would be about how Rodgers and Hammerstein were such precursors, such visionaries, so ahead of their time. And what happened was I revisited their music a few years ago through the lens of a singer-songwriter in her 50s, a contemporary singer-songwriter in her 50s. And through that lens, I saw how modern and timely their music is. So I began to do a lot of research, hence the Florence Henderson knowledge.
Yes,
and I came up with this show of how they are telling our story today. in regards to men's roles, women's roles, climate change, celebrating diversity, inclusion, you know, the planet. So that's what Lenny and Tracy and I have been working on in my little bedroom here with this computer and this microphone. And the show is ready to go. And I perform it now and then via Zoom for family, which has been very powerful because who knows when I'm going to see some of my aunts and uncles again. So I've done little shows for them. Like I did as a little girl. I used to do shows in the backyard, and now I'm doing shows in my bedroom.
We did it in our bedroom. We did it in the garage. Yeah, that's what we.
So the show's ready, and you'll come see it when it's time. You'll be my guest.
2020 is life full circle. You did the shows when you were a kid in the backyard, and then now in the bedroom, and you're doing it again now. And also back then, what did Mom always say? Wash those hands. And what do we have to do now?
Yes, wash those hands several times a day. Yeah.
Life is full circle.
It is full circle. And I think it's been actually, you know, it's, of course, the pandemic has been absolutely devastating.
Horrific.
But for those who have been able to stay safe and healthy and people around them, it's been a time to celebrate gratitude and thankfulness and humility.
Yes.
And I think it's made us better people. And when we do go out again, you know, like you said, may we remember all the lessons we learned inside. And it'll be fascinating to see an audience again. Yeah. It'll be fascinating to sing live again.
Are you missing that?
Yeah, I am. I'm not great at this on-camera singing thing.
A lot of the people I've been talking to, they were saying in the beginning that it's exciting and they're learning to be technically savvy and they're, you know, at least it's still a way to connect. But now 6, 7, 8 months later, they're like, okay, I'm good with this. I now need to see faces and hear the roar of the crowd, and I need hugging, and I need, so a lot of them are liking the ability to do these kinds of things.
Yes, this is what I love. This is the gift of COVID, is the
this is the gift of this.
The conversation. But the making of the music, for me, it's, you know, this is the difference between cabaret and other types of musical performance. A cabaret show is only as good as the connection between the audience and the singer.
That's right.
If the singer doesn't love people and doesn't love to engage with each and every person in that audience, look them into the eyes as they sing before the show is over, they haven't done the art form. It's not ta-da. That's not cabaret. Cabaret is what you do. You know, you do cabaret, spoken cabaret. So I'm missing the connection with the people, because the people make you better, and the people make you honest, and the people make you vulnerable, and the people give back so much. And what's interesting about cabaret in New York City, especially at beautiful Don't Tell Mama, is this ritual that after you finish the show and you go back into the front of the club, you commune with everybody. Yeah. And so you land, you go from this performance place where it's very intense and it's very heightened and it's very esoteric in many ways. You channel, right? And then the people after in the front of the club help you land and return to earth again and take care of you in that way. So when you sing here by yourself, it's very lonely, because you finish the song and the video is over, and then you're back alone with yourself and you didn't have anybody help you land. You know, right. To leave the show gently, to leave the song gently, to return to earth.
Yeah, absolutely. What are some of the things that inspire you to do this kind of work? I mean, obviously you are an observer of people, you're an observer of life, and you sort of soak it all up and then translate it through your art form. Tell us about that.
Really, well, for me, it's if I can make sense of things, if I can make sense of lessons, of observations, of tests, of, you know, the stories of my life, and then, you know, perform for a group of people that get that and feel the same way, we all heal each other. You know, we all heal each other in this, and it's a ritual. It's a ritual that goes back, when you think about it, millions of years of when man first sang for man by the fire or whatever. So for me, it is about this ultimate healing and making sense of things. And there's nothing more amazing than when I've written a song about something very personal, and then someone comes up to me and says, my mother has Alzheimer's too. Or, I have a sister with mental illness too, or whatever my lessons have been. So that's when I'm like, wow, that feels right. This part isn't as important, it's the connection. And did I land with somebody? And when they give back, what they give back is that reflection that, yes, you made sense of something.
Where does that come from? That passion to be that way? Can you harken back to your upbringing, your parents?
That's a beautiful question.
That's how
it's exactly. It has to be their work. My father was in nonprofit and overseas development. Like I said, the first director of the Peace Corps in Malaysia. He was about the underdog. He fought for the underdog his entire life. Like after he retired,
my folks the same way. Yeah.
Yeah. And my father went to special ed to become a special ed teacher. So his last job in his 60s was he finally became a New York City teacher. And he chose to teach the paraplegic, quadriplegic patients on Roosevelt Island at Goldwater Hospital and help these guys get their equivalency diplomas. Like that's who he was. And then my mom was a nurse midwife, and she delivered over 6,000 babies in New York's poorest hospitals. And she started many women's clinics, women's health clinics. She mentored young midwives, young doctors, nurses. So when you grow up with parents that serve community like that,
right?
But then you're a musician, you have to serve community like your parents. So maybe that's what it is. I had to legitimize making music because I wasn't a midwife and I wasn't a special ed teacher and I wasn't nonprofit overseas development. I mean, my father's biggest passion was world hunger. That's what he just fought for that cause his whole life.
And I can only imagine what he would be saying and feeling, seeing all the food lines in the United States right now and all the hungry here this year in this particular country with all these riches and all this wealth, people waiting hours for food.
Amen. Oh my gosh, both of them. My mother would be on the front lines. She'd be swabbing your nose right now. She would be in there. We had to, she retired late. She was addicted to her job. She just loved her work. And she would be in the front lines in the hospitals. She'd be supporting the nurses and keeping them sane. Yeah, it's incredible. So when you're, and they're a different generation. They were born in 1933. So they were raised during the Depression. They became of age during the war. They watched the world change, and they were big travelers. My father used to say that you weren't a real traveler unless all the pages of your passport were used up, and you had to go back and get a new couple of pages. So
I got a couple more pages I got to get stamped then soon.
That's right. So he had a global view of the world, and he didn't believe any country was great. He believed all countries. You know what I mean? He was fascinated by all cultures, all religions, all hemispheres, and he pretty much saw the world. I think there were a couple of places on his list that he didn't get to see before he passed away, but that shaped the way I was raised.
That is fantastic. Why do you love what you do so much? You have such enthusiasm and such passion, Meg. And what are some things that you would still like to do that are on your life's journey radar?
Oh, bless you, my new friend. You're so lovely. I'd like to mentor more. I'm not a mother, and so I love collecting young adults. And I am a godmother, and I have two wonderful, her sisters are sort of unofficial god babies too. And I have a niece and a nephew, and I have a beautiful niece from my husband's side of the family who's becoming a doctor tomorrow in Perth, Australia. She's graduating from medical school.
From the Midlands.
Yes, I'm going to watch her via Zoom. But I love to mentor and lift the young because I think they can be very hard on themselves and impatient. And I like the greatest joy is when I give somebody a safe place to tell me their darkest secret. And I go, okay, we got this. We got this. Right. So I think mentoring is on the list. Teaching somehow. I love giving my lectures at FIT, but I'd love to find a way to I love to train and develop. So I was doing a bit of that with young talent and home shopping. And I love mentoring the young cabaret artists that are joining our art form and telling them, you know, that it is a process and it takes a long time to feel comfortable up there and to tell your story. And so, yeah, I think it's about giving back more, being a community leader. One of the things that's been cool about this chapter is I've been hosting a couple of Zooms with women and trying to learn how to facilitate, without being a group leader or support group leader, but trying to facilitate a safe place for people to be themselves and not have to be happy in front of friends. And that's been very gratifying, to learn how to provide a safe place for people to confide and get support. So those are some of the things on the list. Beautiful, beautiful. You have a song that you wanted to share with us, right? You got the mic set up. I feel like those two songs, we should leave it with that. But what I'd love to do is maybe sing a little something a cappella that my mom and I used to sing. And I feel like it's a perfect way to embrace this sort of melancholy holiday season. Yeah. Are you traveling? Are you visiting? No, no. I'm traveling from the kitchen to the living room to the bathroom to the basically. But I just thought I'd sing this a cappella because it's a magical song for me, and it means grant us peace. That's beautiful. What is the name of the actual song? Dona nobis pacem. Very beautiful. So I thought I would just leave you with this. Oh, love that. Thanks for doing it, Meg, especially at the holiday time too. Having me, all of you amazing lovelies. Lovelies. Yeah, the lovelies. You're now in Lovely Hall, and they've granted you, you're a lovely now. I embrace that. So this is for you. Grant us peace. Beautiful. Dona nobis pacem pacem. Dona nobis 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 pacem pacem. Dona nobis pacem. Peace be with you. So beautiful. That is so beautiful. I tell you, what are some of the things that continue to inspire you, my friend? Obviously, you are somebody who operates from a soulful and heart-centric place. And I connect with that. I understand. Yes. Well, I was about to say, people like you inspire me. People like you inspire me, who are consistently showing up and creating forums for everyone to feel a little less alone in our homes. And think about it, we're all in our homes right now with you. And yet you've taken us all around the world. We're talking to South Africa. We're talking to Australia. We're talking to Canada. We're talking to the Midwest and the South, New York City. It's just people like you that consistently show up and do that. Because, you know, in the hard days, I don't have to do that. I can just stay quiet and, you know, curl up with the cat. But you're continually creating a place for people to feel less alone and more connected. So it's the people like that. It's the people showing up right now inspire me. And of course, the first responders. There was nothing more profound than every 7 o'clock clapping out the window at all the people working in New York City, whether it was the cab drivers, the bus drivers, the deli workers, the nurses, the doctors, the ambulance drivers, the subway workers, keeping the city going during the quarantine. And yeah, that's what inspires me. Real people inspire me. You know, it's funny. I'm much more interested in real people. The ordinary extraordinary is what I call it. I think it's also our upbringings, parents, similar way, very inspiring, rooting for the underdog and always family first and all of that, caretaker types.
And the fact that we're also in industries where we're exposed to where we can see who's real and who's not. There's a lot of facade. There's a lot of things that are created that aren't necessarily real. So if you're somebody who is a survivor and you haven't sold your soul and you're still you, and you can get through and propel forward, and then other people start to follow that energy and say, I kind of actually like that versus that. That's real. I can actually relate to that. Sure, they might have a little polish. They might have a little finesse. I'm all for that because that's our training. That's our background. That's our personalities. I think I don't think everybody be stripped of polish and stripped of some of the fantasy and dreaming and the build up to some of this. But if underneath all of that, you're real, you're organic, you're authentic, you're relatable, that's really what it's all about. And people can recognize that. And that's hopefully what carries them through as they follow the work that I do, the work that you do, and the work that we do collectively.
It's the cracks in the container that make the container interesting, right? Isn't it in Japan where they value the cracks in a vase and they fill the cracks with gold? And they want you to see the cracks in the vase. They want to advertise the cracks in the vase. They don't want to hide and conceal the cracks in the vase. And that's one thing that only time gives you. You know, that's what's great about getting older is you realize, you know, the cracks in your container, in your vase are what make you extraordinary. That's right.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And if there's too many cracks in the vase, she's got the skin cream for you to get rid of those cracks.
From the jawline to the jawline, you need the Strivectin tightening.
She'll smooth those cracks right out. You'll keep the cracks, but she'll smooth them out for you. The cracks are character, right? The cracks are character. But she'll smooth those cracks out.
Very clever. Very clever, sir.
So are you actually doing that work with the shopping channels out of the house now?
Yeah.
What is that like doing that? I do the radio shows out of the house and this show out of the house. And I've been in the television studio once for a TV news segment I had to do. It was all social distancing. About a week ago, I was at PBS and we were shooting segments for Trans-Siberian Orchestra's Christmas special, Ghost Christmas Eve.
Wow.
We were airing, but it was total social distancing, masks on, temperature taking. I'm over here, my co-host, she's way on the other side of the studio. And then when they edited it, they did a split screen. So it looks like we're next to each other.
Beautiful.
As soon as we were done hosting, masks back on. But I was supposed to be in Ireland, Texas, Florida, all these places on these on-location TV shoots and everything, and we're not really doing that right now. How are you doing the actual? Do you have the product there in front of you? And
I have my little basket of testers and
testers. I know that word. Yeah,
testers. Yes, and I basically have a tripod and an iPhone and a ring light and a cat.
Oh, where's the cat? Everybody loves to see the pets.
He's camping out in the living room. He loves the living room. He loves.
What's his name?
His name is Roy Rogers.
Oh, really?
Yes, his name is Roy, and he's more famous than me. He gets more likes on Instagram than I do.
If he popped on your lap right now, all of the conversation would sway from you to Roy Rogers. This crowd loves pets. They love when children burst in. We had Donna Vivino on, and I think it was her 8-year-old son was on the other side of a door with her husband sort of entertaining him. But then he burst the door. He almost jumped in her lap, almost ripped the headphones off. Mommy, I want you to come in the other room to hear me do the drums. I'm playing because they were going to do a Zoom thing for the aunt whose birthday was happening in Florida, and he was going to do the drums, and he had chairs set up in the other room like they were the audience. It was very funny. So all of a sudden, the conversation.
He's shy until it's camera time, but he's
then
he's a big ham. But he's a beautiful yellow domestic short-hair tabby, like Morris the cat. You know.
Yes.
And he's a rescue from a deli. My very best friend Sarah and I were walking down 9th Avenue, and there were cats in the window of a pet supply store, and we both had just lost our beloved cats. And I wasn't ready for a cat. And she said, well, let's just go in and give these cats some attention. Well, I walked in the back of the store, and there was Roy Rogers. And it was like he was a rock star. It was like adopting David Bowie or Robert Plant. He was just this gorgeous, confident male cat. And he's the most expensive cat I've ever had. The teeth, the thyroid, the food, the litter.
Oh yeah.
But he's worth it. And he's really felt this inside time because he's very social. And I think he's missing friends and neighbors coming in. He's sick of us.
That's what it is.
But anyway, he doesn't come on TV with me. And if he did, I'd sell more neck cream. You
would sell more neck cream. Well, this crowd here, they love animals, especially pets. They love children and they love food. So if you talk about food and holiday foods and different things, you've got this crowd. I want to show you.
Friend who helped me adopt Roy Rogers also made me these amazing gingerbread biscuits that she just sent me that I dumped.
Did you hear that, Lovities? She's talking about
gingerbread biscuits, low in sugar, 3 types of flour. Like I think it's a whole grain, but then it's some rice flour and some, like she's really very clever with the food and the baking. I'm not so good at it. I'm good at eating it though. And that's the other thing. My poor husband has had to eat my cooking for 10 months.
Look what happened. Food.
He's lost a lot of weight.
Bernadette says food.
Food. Glorious food.
Glorious food. Yeah.
But back to your question about the home shopping. So what I do is I Skype live in the living room. And what's amazing is I think the quality of the sales, the selling, if you will, is better.
Because it's
I
more
feel like
intimate.
we're more on point. I think we're listening to each other. It's simple. It's clear. It's a conversation. We're not worried about what camera to look at. It's not trying to be a big fancy TV show. It's intimate. It's vulnerable. It's real. And the customers prefer it. They like seeing us in our homes.
They feel like you're right. They stopped over for coffee and you're showing them. Kind of like the old school Avon lady, Tupperware. Yep. Remember they used to do the home, come to the home.
Yes.
I remember my mother having the Tupperware parties on the patio in the backyard with all the neighbors that would come over.
Yep.
All of that. More of because we've gone away from that in our society a lot.
Yeah.
Everything is so digital and distant.
Isn't that ironic through this time where none of us are seeing each other? We're somehow more vulnerable and intimate through media. And I find that when I watch all the news shows I love, the PBS that I love, Judy Woodruff, she's in her home.
She's
doing her. Yeah. And she's in her home and it's vulnerable and she's got flowers there and she's in front of her bookcase and you're looking at what her books are. And, so I feel like there has been we've been humbled and it's good to be humbled.
Right. Right. You're in your home. We built a home studio here and that's what it is. And it works, It works. It really does.
You're probably going to keep this going long after the vaccine and long after we're out and about again. I think people are still going to want to be with you online. That's the interesting thing is I don't think it's ever going to be the same.
They've already started asking and Facebook messaging me and emailing me and saying, oh, please, when this all ends, because we know you're busy with your professional work and the broadcast, but please don't end this.
No.
And I said, as long as you guys are here, because for years people asked me to do something like this, like an entertainment lifestyle talk show series and bring back that lost art of conversation. And this, I love doing this. It's a lot of work behind the scenes, but I love every second of it.
I feel like I've just met you, but I feel a kinship and I feel like it's actually the practice that has used everything in your life up until this moment. Like all the pieces of your life have come together through this pandemic for you to serve in this way.
Yeah, it's very interesting because a number of people that I've interviewed professionally actually have said things like that. They kept saying to me, even though you have all this experience and all these years on television and radio and have done all these different things, there's something else burning and yearning inside that is uniquely you, not you necessarily under the auspices of a network or station or what a production company might be telling you to do or what to say or what, read this script, or it's you just coming out being you and doing your thing.
It's the backyard musical again.
Sort of, right. While I'm still doing all that other stuff, which I love, but this is sort of my time. And when we started this show, the shows were only supposed to be an hour. that was blown out of the water in about 2 days. And they were only, in the beginning, I turned the lights on and just started talking to the audience on YouTube and Facebook. And then people started seeing it broadcast and started coming on. And they're like, oh, hi, Jim. Oh, Jim, it's good to see you. Jim, I've never heard your voice till now. Or Jim, I used to, I see you on TV. And then it started snowballing. And then I started inviting some friends in the industry, music, television, film, whatever, to pop on as guests. And then all of a sudden that snowball started rolling. And that was back in May.
That's
to
right.
Where every single night we have guests. And then I've done pop-up shows where I just pop up and we talk about food or we talk about anything, life, for what I say is going to be about 45 minutes. And it turns into a half-hour host chat with the viewers, unscripted. And it's just been rolling in a way that's really exceeded my expectations. And so many of the guests, when we chat after, they're like, I want to come back. When can I come back? And if somebody is sick or ill and they can't make it, call me. I'll be a quick fill-in guest. And I'm really humbled hearing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, of course. It's like what you're offering is tonic for everybody's soul right now.
That's beautiful. Oh, look, Juanita in South Africa. We're not going anywhere, Jim. Jim Masters Live is the new Tonight Show.
Exactly. Without any commercials,
We still want to be online, which is one. Jill says, we're like-minded, like-hearted people. Jim has connected us, and it's been beautiful. Thank you, Jim. Now we have to buy Tupperware via the W app. She sold Avon. She sold Tupperware. Very beautiful, the song that we heard as well. I just want to show you some of these cool comments coming in. Sarah Holmes. Sarah is watching. Hi, Meg. Hi, Roy. Hi, Jim. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you here.
Hi,
welcome.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
It's my best friend.
Oh, Sarah, good to have you here.
My father used to say, whatever you do, don't tell when you're doing a show, don't announce your families in the audience. We're paid customers. But I'm like, no, that's my best friend. The one that made me adopt Roy.
Your father sounds very similar to mine in terms of how he did things. When I was on, the very first time I was on public television, the very first station that I was on was in New York on Long Island, and it's WLIW channel 21.
I love that. That's the PBS of Long Island.
So I'm going on, and my dad, at that time I was fresh out of school, and I was working for a commercial television station, which is still there, WLNY 10 and 55, which is now owned by CBS. And I was doing part-time radio at night, full-time working for the commercial television station, and starting freelance with public television with WLIW 21. So my father knew that I was going to be on WLIW, and it was a Saturday morning, and we were doing a cooking show marathon. They had all the cooking shows on, and we had some chefs coming in who were going to be cooking food. And I think the sponsor was Entenmann's Bakery. So we had all these, and pizza and all kinds of stuff. So my father happened to be at work on that Saturday. And then he went into an appliance section in the store where they have all the televisions. And this is something that a father would do. He called the television station, and he said that, he's the manager of this department within the store, and that all of us are watching. We have all the television stations. We have all the televisions that are being displayed in the appliance store on channel 21 because we want to watch Jim Masters.
Oh,
and they were like, they ran in and they said, we got this call from this person who said that they have all of their televisions in their appliance store set to our station. And they're watching you and they're rooting for you, Jim. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I was shocked. I didn't know this, he was going to do that. So when we were at the dinner table, I said, Hey, Dad, you know, we got this amazing call today at the TV station. This person called and said that they were, you know, with the appliance store, and they were watching Channel 21, and they put like 100 TV sets that were on in the store on WLIW because I was on, and that they thought I was doing well, and they were rooting for me and everything. So he sort of looked away a little bit. And I said, any chance, Dad, that was you? And he said, maybe. And it was. And I tell you, that's the kind of thing that, you know, quietly rooting for you to give you that boost, that you know, leg up, which I think is, we all can use that. And that's
oh gosh. And especially in those vulnerable moments when you're doing something big for the first time.
Right. You know? Exactly. And live and the whole bit. Absolutely. What is your wish for the holidays and for the new year, my friend?
Oh, my wish is, you know what? It's funny that I chose Dona Nobis Pacem because I've just been feeling my mother and my father so much. And I would sing this to my mom and she would sing it with me. And as I said before, grant us peace. That's my wish. Dona Nobis Pacem is my wish for the planet.
What do you have coming up that you're looking forward to doing or resurrecting?
Well, I will wash my face and put on my skincare and my pajamas. No, but you know, it's an inside time. I think there will be some home shopping shows in the new year. I go to Canada again. Well, into my living room. Canada's in February, and I think there'll be some HSN in January. You know, basically what I'm doing, Jim, is I'm using this time to practice. So every day I do a 30-minute walk, I do 30 minutes of Pilates, and I do 30 minutes of singing. And I'm studying very intensely with my voice teacher, and I keep practicing this show that will be sung at some point. So it's a time of preparation, solitude, discipline, preparation, but it's a very quiet time. It's a very quiet time for me. I've written a new song that I'd like to record, but I don't know when I'm going to do that. I want to be able to find a place in the neighborhood that I can record the vocals, but we're getting cases rising here in Manhattan. So it's you know, I feel like COVID stands for patience.
Yeah. Yes. And now we refer to BC differently. We used to say BC before Christ, but now everything that happened before COVID is BC. Oh, I did that BC.
Yeah. But I think ultimately for me, it's reminding me of a lesson that I've learned that whenever I push too hard with anything, it doesn't work out. And whenever I just allow and I stay and I endure how uncomfortable it is to wait, uncomfortable it is to be patient, uncomfortable it is to have nothing going on. Nobody's calling you. Nobody wants you. No one's hiring you. No one's, you know, when you can sit with that emptiness consciously, with faith, the universe always gives me what I need. So what's great is I've learned that lesson at 56. So I feel like all those hours of sitting with mom and all the hours with my dad before her when he was sick have prepared me to sort of hunker down and wait and count my blessings and trust that right now, deep, 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 deep in the earth, there is a seed that's planted that will sprout something that will be useful to me. And it's not here yet. Mm-hmm. It's not here yet. I mean, this was a gift that you reached out to me. Like, this has made my week. Look, I put on my red lips for you.
And your skin looks marvelous.
I got to tell you, it's the Strivectin. I got to tell you, I promoted the most beautiful skincare in my life. I've stood in every fancy store in Manhattan when retail was retail. I have never had results like this.
Is it for men too, or just women?
Yes. No mineral oil, no parabens, petroleum, dyes, alcohol, PETA certified, clinically backed. We have over 90 global patents. We've published in 150 papers. Basically, Strivectin created the cosmeceutical category of introducing active ingredients to the industry. Like they introduced peptides, right? They introduced the idea of clinically studying a formula. But their claim to fame is they were the only brand to be able to harness niacin and get it into skincare through a molecule called Nia-114. And that's the game changer. The Nia-114 makes all the other ingredients work better, and it reteaches the skin how to hold on to moisture again. And that's basically all skincare is supposed to do. You can't get rid of a wrinkle. But if you can teach your skin to hold on to moisture, it looks like the wrinkle is gone, right? So that's what Strivectin's figured out, and they're affordable treatments. They can be worked into any skincare system you use. We don't have like a gazillion products you have to buy. They're just, it's so interesting. They're just the brand that's so right for me after all my years of standing in stores, you know?
Right, exactly. Exactly.
So, you know, just so if you, go on Instagram and follow me, and you'll know when I'm on the old Skype selling the skincare. And they make it so affordable. That's what's so great about home shopping. They make it so affordable and easy to return. That's the thing, customer service.
That's what it's all about. Absolutely, my friend. That's what it's all about.
My friend.
Well, this was amazing. This was
amazing.
I toast you.
I toast you with my cranberry juice.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, nice. Slancha.
Yay, Jim.
And you know who else?
And a friend.
You know who else had a wonderful time tonight? Our buddy George Burns.
Oh, George Burns. He was sweet.
Wasn't he? Oh. You're full of life, full of energy. You're a wonderful creative person, and I love the way you think. It's amazing, the kindred spirits and some of the similarities in upbringing, way of thinking, the people that we've surround ourselves with now, and the people that are our loved ones. And there's a lot of kindred spirit there in this way of thinking.
I've been feeling that, and it doesn't easily happen.
No, it doesn't.
Flow,
a wonderful tennis match.
And it's when you're with a like-minded person and a like-feeling person, you get this gift on a Monday night. So I thank you. This is my Christmas present. You've given me my Christmas present. I'm serious. We're not really doing it. Little decorations, little food, but
Yeah, exactly. I like that. Yeah. Think of all the money you're saving.
Yes.
You're with a shopping channel. Think of all the money you're saving. Josephine says she uses Strivectin.
Yay, Josephine is an amazing musician and human.
Oh, we should have her on the show then.
To have her on. Oh my God. And she and Rini both work with John M. Cook. So it's just, oh my God. I'll have to tell you a little Josephine story because it's pretty powerful. When my mother was dying, peacefully, so peacefully, she had a stroke and just slowly went to sleep in her own bed, which is what she wanted. Josephine asked if there's anything she could do for me. And I said, you could sing for me. And I said something holy, because she also sings in church. And so she sent to my phone these beautiful hymns that she had sung. And I just, after my mom's body was removed from the apartment, I went into my mom's bed and I curled up with her pillow and I listened to Josephine's voice. And I felt my mom was free. So Josephine's got quite the gift.
That is absolutely beautiful.
And is an incredible award-winning singer. I mean, she can sing any style. Like
love to have
Streisand, she's got it. She's got it. Jazz, she's got it. Blues, she's got it. Broadway, she's got it. And she sang "Hold On Tight" for me, so beautifully. So that's what's amazing about our circle is there's such community and we miss each other so much, but in some ways we're kind of closer than ever because we now really know what we have. So when we're all in a club again, it's going to be such a love fest.
Exactly.
No elbow bumping. I'm going to be hugging people.
Bernadette says, oh, that's so touching. Kathleen, prayers. And Sherry says, and we're never good at saying goodbye. We love being here with you, Jim, because you're the best. Thank you very much. Josephine says, I love you, Meg.
I love you, Josephine.
Sarah says, thank you. Great show. Thank you, Sarah. Those of you watching on YouTube, we would love it if you subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would be awesome.
Please.
Juanita says, you have such a beautiful soul, Meg. Thank you for sharing your story and your music with us. Stay safe. Christopher Joseph says, great show, Jim Masters and guest Meg Flather. Kathleen says, stay safe, Meg.
Thank you.
Bernadette, thank you, Meg, for sharing such beauty with us. Happy holidays. Stay safe and stay well. Lots of levity coming your way, my friend.
Oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to hold on tight to this.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. It was really a pleasure having you here. And
Thank you, Jim.
I hope the show met whatever expectations you had.
Beyond. What was neat is I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I loved Reni's interview and I loved your Karen Mason interview, but I didn't know how much you knew them beforehand. And what was fun for us is we don't know each other. Now we do.
Now we do.
And we didn't really talk beforehand. And I just think that that's genius. And I think that's actually what Regis used to do, right?
And Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
Johnny Carson used to do that. So it would be fresh. It would be fresh. Just a little bit of chatting before you actually go on, but not like an hour and
nothing like we're going to say this, we're going to say this, we're going to say this.
Rehearsing and everything because it's fresh. And we're learning about each other live in front of all the Levity viewers around the world, which is terrific. And that's what I think.
You've taught me a lot of valuable lessons tonight about allowing the conversation and allowing the host to take you on a ride and trusting you're going to get your points in. I mean, it's such a masterclass in allowing.
I appreciate that. That's how I see it. I see it as I'm conducting the train, but yet I'm also a passenger as much as the conductor. That's how I always look at all this work in this way. Jill says, thank you for a wonderful evening, Meg and Jim. Happy holidays. Lots of love.
Oh, thank you. Lots of love to everybody.
You are definitely making this world a better place, Maureen. Thank you, Meg, for the gift of you. That's beautiful. Karen says, your energy is contagious, Meg. You are so awesome. Oh. Kathy Short and Karen is in Nova Scotia and Kathy in Cleveland. It was, say Nova Scotia. She loves that.
Can I tell her that my favorite movie of all time is Maudie, about the great artist from Nova Scotia. So Sally, what's her name? That wonderful actress was also in The Shape of Water.
Oh, I know.
Also play the sister, Kate Blanchett's Blue Jasmine.
I can see her. I can see her.
Anyway, it's the film to watch. It's the film to watch. It's a tiny movie about big things.
As somebody who loves speaking like I do, don't you just love saying Nova Scotia?
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia. Now Karen's in heaven. Kathy says, it was great listening tonight. Thanks for sharing your time with us, Meg. Meg, this was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. Mary.
Maud Lewis. Maud Lewis, Karen says. Yeah.
Yes, Maud Lewis. Yes.
That's it. She knew from Nova Scotia. I certainly hope you enjoyed your time with me as much as I have.
I did. And back again. And in the meantime, I'll be watching.
Yes, absolutely, my friend.
And reach out to that Josephine Sanchez. You want her on.
That would be terrific. Yeah, if you can connect us, that would be awesome, my friend.
Will do.
You be well. You stay well.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you all so much for spending your Monday with me. I'll miss you. I'll miss you in about 10 minutes.
You have a good night. And again, this was truly an honor and a blast. And we'll have you back. The door was always open. The porch light is always on. All right.
Be well, my friend.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Meg Flather on the Jim Masters Show Live. Did you enjoy that? We had some levity. We had some music. We had some great conversation. And we took this conversation in a lot of different directions where I think that was fantastic, right? You never know where we end up. Every show is something different. Every conversation is different. The entertainment is different. And you just never know where we end up. And I love it because we're doing it together. You and me and all of us around the world and our guests. It's really, really cool. Thanks for everybody watching tonight. We thank our very special guest, Meg Flather. I do want to let you know, and there's the book again is right there. If you want to see the book that she was talking about, Home Shopping Diva, Lesson, Lyrics, and Lipstick, Meg Flather. And she was a delight to have on the show, and we thank her. There's some of the home shopping over the years. There's with her mother she was talking about as well. And the Home Shopping Diva, also singer-songwriter. And of course, talking about Rodgers and Hammerstein 2020. And she's probably going to keep the 2020, even though it'll happen in 2021. We thank her again for all the time. Just about 2 hours, believe it or not, we have chatted. Again, wonderful singer, songwriter, and home shopping diva, Meg FLATHER, right here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Want to let you know tomorrow, we have 2 shows tomorrow, 2 fantastic shows tomorrow, and it's going to be amazing. Tomorrow, we have choreographer and director Jeff Whiting at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Again, special time, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. That's tomorrow, Tuesday, live right here on the Jim Masters Show Live on YouTube at Jim Masters TV. Also simulcasting on Facebook at Jim Masters TV. Anybody watching on YouTube, we would love it if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content. The Jim Masters Show Live, also our Inspiring Masters Mantras series, and so much more. So choreographer, director, and the wonderful Jeff Whiting is here 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for a special afternoon show. And then tomorrow night, an amazing night, which will be on our YouTube channel exclusively. That's Jim Masters TV. The award-winning keyboardist, singer, and songwriter Bob Malone is going to be with us. He has worked with some of the giants in the music industry. They call him a keyboard wizard. He's with us tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. He's going to perform live as well. He's got all kinds of songs all ready to go. Bob Malone, he is a magician on the keyboard. Wait till you see him and hear him. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, tomorrow live exclusively on the Jim Masters Show Live. That's going to be amazing. And then on Wednesday, the extraordinary mezzo-soprano Celia Burke. She's going to be with us live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on the Jim Masters Show Live. Thursday, wonderful Lily Roquin is going to be with us here on the show. She's a brilliant singer and songwriter and musician. Then, this is amazing. This is incredible. Then we have on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and 8 p.m. in Ireland, England, and Scotland, GMT. The extraordinary Sir James Galway and Lady Jean Galway. Sir James Galway is one of the most renowned flautists in the world. He's originally from Ireland, 30 million albums sold. He is an international legend. He's an extraordinary flautist. You've seen him probably on so many talk shows over the years as well, and concerts and shows. His beautiful wife, Lady Jean, who is also his duet partner. They live in Switzerland. She's from New York. He's originally from Ireland. They live in Switzerland. They're going to be with us live this Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, 8 p.m. in Ireland, Scotland, England, GMT time. That'll be exclusively on our YouTube channel. It's going to be a birthday celebration for Sir James Galway. That's right. It's his birthday right now. And also a holiday celebration. So it's going to be a really special show. That is Friday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then Friday night from Jersey Boys and so much more. Brilliant singer, entertainer, performer, songwriter J. Robert Spencer is going to be with us. He was also on the PBS special Midtown Men. He's all excited. He's going to be with us on Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And then we've got amazing guests on Saturday. Darren Holden is going to be with us. Darren Holden, who you know, of course, from Riverdance and the High Kings. He's joining us next weekend as well. Nathan Carter, the English country music star, is going to be with us in January. International Greek star, singer, performer, entertainer, sells out wherever he goes. Live from Greece, Mario Frangoulis is going to be with us as well. He's had a number of PBS specials over the years as well. Some really amazing shows. And if you missed any of the shows this weekend, we did a ton of shows. We did 6 shows this weekend, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. We're doing 2 tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Eastern, exclusively right here on the Jim Masters Show Live. So we thank all of you. We say, of course, as always, don't forget to smile. And don't forget to share the lovity, which is we always say here on the show. Try to put smiles in everybody's faces. So share that lovity wherever you can, and find your Zen place, which is what we like to do as well. My Zen place is always with loving family and friends, time at the ocean, swimming, surfing, boogie boarding, kiteboarding, sailing it, floating in it, walking it, living here in the Northeastern United States where we are positioned. We're right here by the ocean and absolutely love it. Although when we have the nor'easter on Wednesday and Thursday, even though I love the ocean, we might not want to be on top of it. It's going to be a little rough that day. And of course, my career in television and radio and stage, on camera, behind the scenes, on location, and all the great people I've worked with, continue to work with all these years in television and in radio and other forms. Love it, love it, love it. That's another Zen place. And from Santa Claus, yours truly, playing Santa Claus in New York City for a special concert event a couple years ago, about 2 years ago. Here we are in the green room with the cell phone and everything. That's a modern Santa. I wish you the best of the holiday season. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, blessings of the new year coming up as well. Vaccines happening right now. That's a blessing for all of us, and we wish you well. So we'll be here tomorrow night, 2 shows, 4 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Eastern. 2 shows in one day. It's going to be amazing. Whew. Going to bed early tonight. Good night, Jim. Thank you for yet another excellent show. Touched my heart. Good night, everyone. Please stay safe and stay well. You as well, Bernadette. Jill says, another amazing show, Jim. You always take it up to an art. Wishing you and everyone a great night. Thank you very much. Jill, you have a good night as well. As a nurse working in the world of COVID, this is the best part of my day. Thank you so much for what you do for all of us loveities. Thank you, Maureen. I really appreciate that. That's really meaningful. Thank you very much. Kathy Short says, this week's guests sound amazing, Jim. Thanks for your evening. Enjoy your evening. You as well, my friend, Kathy in Cleveland. Kathy in Cleveland. Juanita, South Africa. Amazing show once again, Jim. Thanks, Jim. Keep safe, everyone, and have a good night all. You too, Loveity, in beautiful South Africa. In Nova Scotia. Good night, Jim Masters, Karen says, and all my Loveity family. It's been great spending the evening with y'all. Love y'all. We love you back. Karen Campbell Green in Nova Scotia. Kathleen says, thank you, Jim. Have a great night. Good night. You as well, Kathleen. Tina says, thank you, Jim, for another fun, heartwarming evening. You're a treasure. Thank you, Tim. Tim. No, I'm Jim. See, if you take the T and you become Tim. Tina and Jim. I need more iced tea. That is funny. Tina, thank you. You're a treasure as well. You got to laugh, right? You got to have levity and a lot of levity. A wonderful guest and inspiring lady. I agree, Sharon, isn't she? I really like that photo you have on Facebook. Is that your grandchild? That's a really heartwarming photo I'm looking at of you and your grandchild. I think that's your grandchild. Probably is. You look like a doting grandmother looking at her grandchild there. Meg was an absolute joy. She was lovely. Absolutely. Good stuff, gang. You guys are the best. You guys have a great night. Loved having you here. And good night, Jim. And thanks for the show. It's my pleasure, Marilyn. Tina, good night as well. Laughing. No, Tina and Jim makes Tim. That is funny. Slip of the tongue. Slip of the Tim. What's in that iced tea? It's just actually Arizona lemonade iced tea. Yeah. Your grandson, Frederick. Cool. Really, really beautiful shot, Sharon. Very, very nice. You can see the love there and the care. Thanks for sharing that as well. Gang, we always say relax, love one another, take care of one another, and hopefully you get to relax as well, and you get to breathe from the diaphragm. Make sure you do that, because when you breathe from the diaphragm, you get a full breath of life, and you can share that with others. So try to relax, and don't forget, I always have to remind myself of doing this as well, because oftentimes I get so busy I forget to relax. But some inspiring words for all of you on a Monday night from Jim Masters and Company here at the Jim Masters Show Live. All of you have a wonderful evening. We thank you very much for your time and attention. This is your host, Jim Masters. Thanking you very much for your time this time. Till next time, we'll be here 2 shows tomorrow, 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern. The 4 p.m. show will be on YouTube and Facebook with choreographer and director Jeff Whiting, all at Jim Masters TV. The evening show at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, with award-winning keyboardist extraordinaire, singer and songwriter Bob Malone. That'll be exclusively on our YouTube channel, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. There you go. All the house cleaning taken care of. And you too, Karen, and you too as well, Sharon. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed yourself on this episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.